Wow, that music gets me every time. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Spiritual Chit Chat, where we chit chat about spiritual stuff. Go figure. I'm Michelle Ambergy. I am the Awakener, one of many. Chances are that you are too. If you're drawn to this show, if you're drawn to what's going on here, most likely you're Awakener. And when I talk about that, when I talk about being an Awakener, basically it means we're all beginning to realize that there's a lot more to life, a lot more to us than just this very small little human experience. We're realizing that hey, Rev Ned, welcome, welcome, my love. We're realizing there's a lot more to us than just this human existence. We have a spirit, we have a soul, we have an advanced aspect of who we are: God self, higher self, cosmic self, Christ self, whatever words we use for that. That is the awakener. When I talk about being the awakener, I'm talking about I'm awakening me. That's what I'm doing. And a lot of, I've had several people make comments like, "Oh, you're the awakener, you're going to wake up the world." I'm like, No, I don't need to. I need to wake up myself. I need to um begin to connect into all the different aspects of me. Carl Jung talks about it when he talks about archetypes, different aspects of who we are and what we are. There's the hero and the warrior and the child and the mother, and the God aspect and all that. And it's all different. It's been put out to us in so many different ways. And so, yay, Rev Ned. And so it's really cool. And if you're being drawn here, you're an awakener too. You're waking up too. You're being drawn to these show, drawn to spiritual chit chat, drawn to this kind of stuff because you're an awakener too. And as we awaken ourselves, our frequency rises, and we begin to find each other. We begin to form a atmosphere, if you will, of love, because that's really what it's about. It's all about love, unconditional love, no matter what we do, no matter what we see, no matter where we go, no matter who we're with. If we can bring it back to love, we're going to be okay. And we're doing a great job, by the way. I actually was having a conversation a couple of days ago, and someone was saying, "Oh my gosh, everything's looking so bad. Are we ever going to get through this?" And it's like, yeah, absolutely. Because we're all learning about love. We're all learning about love. And it's almost like we had to go through some of this crazy stuff to kind of dig deep within to find that love, to find that place. And sometimes, maybe that's what catastrophes and that kind of stuff are about, because we have to go within. And you guys hear me talk a lot about, take your mind off the world out there and what's going on out there, and get into the inner, get into your inner world, get into prayer, meditation, get into contemplation, whatever words you like to use for that too. And start being in your inner world. What's happening in there? A lot of us don't even know. A lot of us get into the inner world and we're like, "Oh, what's going on? I can't focus. I'm like, oh, and my body's getting itchy and I got to get up and I forgot to feed the dog." And this inner space is so uncomfortable, but this inner space is the true paradigm because we're connected to ourself, to our soul, to our timeline, to our hologram, right? To our matrix. And it's really important to develop that because then when you're out in the outer world, you're more stable, right? You know where you are, you find your center. I was watching the sweetest movie last night. Oh my gosh, and I just forgot what the name of it was. It was on the tip of my tongue. I'll remember it. I'll remember. It was about a woman that went to Italy and she met a wonderful man and then he moved, and it's a series. It's got a couple of episodes, maybe 6 episodes. And he moved here. And a lot of times people that live in Europe, they have a very different way of living than we here in America are. We live very much out of our body, very much out of our body. And over in Europe, they connect to the land. And this young man, was a farmer too. So also people that work with the land, that work with farming, that are gardeners, that spend a lot of time outside, have a lot easier time of connecting within. But this man was saying he got very upset. Her family was a little bit feisty. Um, And he got very upset, and he said, he moved away from his home, from his land, from his people, where people were so much more loving and kind and supportive, and he said, "I don't have my center anymore. I don't have my center. I feel like I'm out of my body. I don't have my center." And that really stuck with me because I think a lot of us feel that way. And it stems from not taking that time to move into our center and to develop our center. I oftentimes teach my students a process of getting into your heart chakra and beginning to develop and recognize your love temple, the temple within your heart, and taking time to develop it. What kind of chairs do you want in there? What kind of comfy places do you want to set? Let's build an altar. Let's build an altar in our love temple. What other rooms are in there? Oh my gosh, there's a healing room. Oh my gosh, there's a workout room, right? There's all these different places, a study room, a library, an art gallery. We need to start developing our inner world. We've really gotten away from that. And so it's super fun because it's easy to do. You don't need any special equipment. You just need to close your eyes, take a breath, and open up your imagination. You guys, our imagination is a tool that is so powerful. Our imagination is going to, I just heard the word save us, because the imagination is the tool or the portal that we are able to connect to the higher realms. And higher doesn't mean up there, it means higher frequency realms. As we move more and more into love, love has a super high frequency. We're in this dense body because it has a low frequency and it's able actually to form physical things, right? Microphones, cards, people. And so the awakening process is bringing in more love, more light energy, and raising our frequency. And along with that, consciousness is involved. What we think, what we do, what we say, how we live is all a part of high frequency, low frequency. And so this awakening process is not just one thing, it's everything. But it really starts with getting in the center. It really starts with centering in yourself. And we've all heard this over and over. We've all done it for periods of time. We've all done it and then stopped doing it. We've all done it and stopped and done it and stopped. Well, I have. I'm sure a lot of you have too. And so, we're kind of programmed to be perfect, especially in this culture here in the United States. I'm not sure Europe is so much that way, but I think it's getting more and more that way. But, we're so programmed to be perfect. When we're in school, you have to memorize everything perfectly, and that's how you get approval, you know? And work, you have to work and it has to be perfect, and that's how you get approval. Or you're gonna lose your job, your livelihood, your car, your clothes, your home. Be perfect. And so we get so like, I gotta be perfect, that we're really, really, hey, Christy, we become very hard on ourselves when we're not perfect. And so when we're trying and we're growing or we're experiencing or we're doing things that's not perfect, we come back in and we're like, you're not good enough, blah, blah, blah. And sometimes it's a very quiet voice, but it has a really profound effect. So moving into your inner space and moving in with mind, with consciousness, with your imagination, and create your love temple is so important because that helps to keep your frequency up. And the reason I'm doing this is our topic today is how to protect yourself and your energy and have spiritual protection as we move into the Halloween time period, because Halloween, if you didn't know, but I'm pretty sure all of you do know, is literally when the veils between the realms begin to thin. And what that means is it is easier to connect with other realms, which means it's easier to connect to lower astrals, to entities that maybe aren't of the light, to faker spirits, to demonic entities, to some really dark crap, but also our loved ones on the other side, um, lower astral angels, beings that come in that aren't of, the higher, but kind of are still not bad. Hang on just a second. Ugh. I've had a little bit of a scratchy throat and a stuffed up head today. So I think I've got some little allergies going on. And so when we're in this time period right now, like a week before, a week after Halloween, we're really in these thin veils and we want to be in our center. We want our frequency to be up so that we don't get affected by some of the more shadowy things that love to play during this time. That's why people are so drawn to scary things. It used to be a holiday we celebrated our ancestors, right? And now it's turned into this demons and monsters and like I saw a commercial for what was it? Not Scary Farm. What holy hell, people pay to go do that? To have them scared like that? I'm like, What?" And I've heard of it, but I'd never actually seen. And the way the commercial was is it was, la-di-da, and then ba-ba. It's like, "Oh my god." And that's what people go in there and do for an hour or whatever that thing is. I'm like, "Oh my god, that's horrifying." But I'm a big chicken too, right? But during this time, we have to realize that those veils are thin, and so we are a little more vulnerable. And if you're not doing prayer meditation, if you don't have a strong sense of self, if your love temple hasn't, been built and strengthened, you're a little more vulnerable to some of that dark stuff. We also have the scorpionic energies that we're moving into. We are in the astrological sign of Scorpio, which tends to like to show the ugly underbelly of things. And we're also in this eclipse season that, the solar eclipse is about the light being taken away, right? The light from the sun, our nurturance, our God, our Father energy is blocked from us, right? And then, oh, okay, it's being returned. But those moments of being blocked is we are cut off from source. Okay. So many times that we're cut off from source, we're vulnerable too. We're also living during a time where there's a lot of dark stuff happening on this planet, and a lot of the dark things aren't hiding in the shadows anymore. They're flat out in front of us. They're telling us what they're doing. It's being demonstrated in the entertainment business, in other things that are coming out. And we need to be conscious. And I know a lot of people like, well, if you just focus on the light, everything will be fine. Well, no, because we have to know that we live in a land of duality and we have to be aware of our land. We have to know both sides of it. We have to see it and know what that is. But we don't do that so we be scared. We do this so that we're informed, and we're here to be beings of love. So what do? We love that. We send it love, peace and blessings to you. You are sacred, holy, divine, and your behavior is only because you were cut off from your source. You have chosen to cut off from source, right? But we're not supposed to hate them or be afraid of them. It's love. And when we do that, we are protected, right? A lot of people think, oh, if I just think of love and light, I'll always be protected. Well, partially, but you can't ignore the other side. It's important too. So I have a really cool entity release that I want to share with you guys. I share it with all my students, with any of my clients that need this kind of stuff or are interested. I'm going to share it with you guys today. And it's really cool. It's really cool. And then we'll get to readings. So, excuse me. So, we got 10 people watching today. So this is good. So I'm going to do this and I'm going to go through it 3 times. Okay. And so what I'm doing is I'm offering, if you have any entity, energy, or consciousness that's clinging to you, to your stuff, to your home, anything, we're going to clear that right now. And so as we do this, um, you might feel tingly, you might feel hot, you might feel kind of shifts in the energy around you. And that's okay. That's just the energy moving. I'm feeling like I'm feeling almost like the energy, like there's like a big circle of energy encircling all of us right now. It's like, woohoo, let's go. So I want everybody to take a nice deep breath, breathing in and breathing out. Whenever we get ready to do this kind of stuff, we call upon the very highest light, the very highest love from the very heart of Mother, Father, God. We call upon the great Eka, Riche, and geometric realms. We call upon the Rishi and the Christos, the Christ avatars. We call upon the great Rishi level archangels and ascended masters and the holy ones that hold true love and true light. And as we call upon you, we recognize that you are also within us, that we are all one. And we operate with that law of one. We draw that oneness and that connection to those very high frequencies, those high realms to wrap around us and protect us. And beloved ones, we now speak to any entity, energy, or consciousness that is not of the light. And beloved ones, we tell you that we see you and we know that you are sacred and holy. And we know that you're in pain and you're in fear. We know that maybe you've been misled or maybe you've made choices. And beloved ones, I tell you that you are not cut off from the one source that you seek. It is always available to you. And so I come to you today, sacred ones, and I offer this to you for you to find that again. And so, beloved ones, I tell you that you are freed from it ever hold you in this earthly plane. You are filled and surrounded with God love and filled and surrounded with God light. And go now with God and the high angels who stand here to take you to your perfect right place. Go now and go in peace. You are healed and you are forgiven. You are healed and you are forgiven. You are healed and you are forgiven now and always. And beloveds, I see you and I see the light that is within you. Nothing has ever diminished. God lives on forever in all. For God is the creator. And so, beloved ones, no matter how fallen you think you are, no matter how far you've strayed, I tell you that it is always within you. And I speak to every entity, energy, or consciousness that has fallen away from the light. And beloveds, I tell you that you are filled and surrounded with what you seek. And I tell you that you are freed from it ever hold you in this earthly plane or with any plane of existence that is not full of love. And beloved ones, you are filled and surrounded with Christ love and filled and surrounded with Christ's light. And go now with Christ and the Rishi angels who stand before you to take you to your perfect right place. Go now and go in peace. You are healed and you are forgiven. You are healed and you are forgiven. You are healed and you are forgiven. Beloved ones, those that remain holy ones, I see you and you are sacred, holy, and divine. You are precious and you are deserving of all that you seek that is of the light. And beloved ones, you are freed from ever hold you in this earthly plane. You are freed from guilt and shame and grief and fear and anger. You are freed from unforgiveness, from resentment, from resistance, from the trauma that you have taken on as your own. You are freed from confusion and addiction and illusion. You are freed from whatever holds you in this earthly plane. And you are filled and surrounded with Christ love, with the Christ love, and filled and surrounded with Christ's light, with the Christ light. And go now with the great Christed avatars who stand before you, with those great Rishi ascended masters who stand towards you, facing you with open arms, with the light shining, the light of God shining, that light that you have been seeking for eons. Go now and go in peace. Go with them. Be with them. Find yourself again. Beloved ones, you are all healed and you are forgiven. You are healed and you are forgiven. You are healed and you are forgiven now and always. And as it is spoken, so it is done, and so it is. And so, everyone, just take a nice deep breath, just breathing in and breathing out. And this is a prayer. If anybody wants to have a copy of this, I'm happy to send you a copy. It's very, very powerful. It's great for clearing your home, for clearing you. Um, if you ever using it on other people, you always want to ask, permission unless it's kind of implied. But you do want to be careful about that. And doing this entity clearing and then holding your center and holding that vibe of love is a great way to protect yourself. Another way, and then we'll get to readings because I know we're getting it's 4:20 already. The other one is most of you know about the white light, putting white light around you. Well, also, there is the violet light of limitless transmutation. And on my YouTube channel, I have a recording of this meditation. Do this violet light. Do the violet light meditation. You can picture in your mind brilliant, like deep, deep purple flames, just like a regular flame, only in purple, and all different colors of purple lavender, like a bluish purple, light purple, dark purple. You might see magenta in there. You may see gold or silver sparkles, whatever color your flame wants to be. And you see that surrounding you from about 3 feet below your feet to about 6 feet above your head and about 3 feet to each side, and flowing from your chakras all the way out from your feet up to above your head. And you hold that there. So if ever you're going into anything, say you're getting ready to go to a Halloween party, say you're getting ready to step into a meeting where people are, gnarly. Anything like that, you can use that. It protects your energy fields and it's really, really important. And I would love to see all of you guys using this, every single day, always and forever. Another thing that's really important is cutting cords. And so you can just see like a silver flame, or you can just see the cords kind of breaking off and cutting all those cords and releasing those cords too. Because what happens is everywhere we go, we create cords. So anybody we talk to, even like here, we're creating cords with each other. When I get done doing this, I always cut these cords. Not that I don't love you, but cords can, drain energies. It can draw energy. You can start picking up other people's energy. A lot of us, especially those of us that are empaths and sensitive, those of us that are actively doing psychic work and stuff with people. And if you're not cutting and clearing your energy fields a lot, you can get really gunked up. And then you start feeling sleepy. You start feeling grumpy. You don't sleep well at night. You start maybe craving foods that you wouldn't normally crave. There's all kinds of kind of weird things that can go on. And so keeping your center, staying in love, whatever goes into you through your ears, your eyes, your mouth, your body needs to be full of love. Whatever comes out of you through your ears, your mouth, your eyes, your body needs to be full of love. White light around you, violet light around you. Move into your center. Build your love temple in the center, prayer and meditation. Be aware of who you are, what you are, right? And if you're not grounded in your heart, in your center, work on doing that. Having a beautiful visual of having a temple in your heart and then exploring that temple and creating that temple and making the temple the way you want it is a great way to get in there and create that center for yourself. And your temple can be a castle, it can be a crystal castle, it can be a building, it can be a forest, it can be on the mountaintop, it can be by the ocean, it can be under the ocean, right? Whatever you want, that temple can be anything you want it to be. It could be a pyramid. A lot of times my temple is on the top of a mountain with crystalline pillars just open to the wind. And I stand in my temple and my hair blows and I have beautiful clothing, robes on, and it blows in the wind. And then I have an elevator that goes down to the inner part of the temple. And it's this huge sprawling awesomeness, right? You can have it whatever you want. But when you spend some time in there, you're building your center. You're building the center of you and imbue that temple with love, with the love that you really are. That will keep you so safe. It'll keep you so balanced as we go through some squirrely times. We've got this solar eclipse between now and November 8th, the midterm elections, straddling Halloween in the time of Scorpio. There is a really good chance there's going to be some weird stuff happening. Okay. Some really unexpected stuff, some shocking stuff. And so let's stay centered. We don't have to be rocked by this. Just because stuff's going on out there doesn't mean it has to shatter our matrix. We build a strong matrix of love. That's why I do what I do. That's why I'm the awakener. That's who I draw around me, right? You guys. I'm talking to you. I really am. I'm talking to you guys. You guys are here because there's something about all of this that you are a part of. And some of you think you're just coming for the readings. Imagine that. So let's do some readings. Who's got questions? Who's out there? I see 12 people watching, 3 people talking. So let's see. I want to make sure the chat's working too. So I hope you guys enjoyed that. Know that you can use that entity release prayer anytime you want to. You can even come over here and just listen to it. Just listen to me do it. I'll probably be recording it at some point. To do it, it's really powerful. I prefer to do it with people when I can. So good stuff. So Halloween's coming up. I've got a bowl of candy on my table. And I had one little mini Snicker bar. And I've been doing keto stuff for a while. And it didn't taste very good. So I was like, oh, wow, this stuff tastes like crap. So it was interesting. It was a really good awareness for me. I was very happy for that. Oh, good, Hillary. Hillary's saying that she does the violet flame. And you don't have to, yeah, and do it. And that's how you do it, Hillary. You just do it your way. Just picture a violet flame around you and just say it's here for the day. It's all about intention, as we get stronger in our intention, as we do it more and more, we get stronger. It gets stronger. The violet flame gets stronger. So good job. Bear is saying, took time off to heal. What should I do for my greatest good right now? All right, Bear. Here we go. Okay, so I've got 3 different decks of cards that I'm using today. I'm going to, whatever spirit kind of guides me to pull. There, you're going to get 1 card from the secret language of color. Because I was just really oh, no, you're not. You're getting 2. No, you're not. You're getting 3. Apparently, this is what you're getting. First of all, you have the emerald card of emerald, that green. That's the healing card, right? That's the color that Archangel Raphael uses. And it says, calm your mind, body, and soul. And so I feel, Ver, that this is very much what you've been doing, that this is part of taking time off to heal. Calming mind, body, and soul. And this is really what I'm talking about too, in getting into that inner place. And Ver, if you haven't already, take some little meditation time and go in and create a temple of love in your heart chakra. Make it whatever you want it to be. Maybe it's a forest. Maybe it's a log cabin. Maybe it's a tent on the beach. What is your happy place and what is it going to look like? It can be teeny tiny. It can be vast and crazy. It can be everything you like too, by the way. Your temple can be on the beach and by the ocean and in a forest and a crystalline temple in a castle. It can be whatever you want it to be. So you got emerald, you got green, you got the healing, and it's calming yourself, mind, body, and soul. The second card that comes up is the card of cherry red. Cherry red. It says, live an extraordinary life. Let go of the tethers and the belief systems that bind you, that keep you from being what you really want to be. There is an obligation energy that it's almost like I see it tied around your feet there. That it's almost like you're obliged to not grow. If that makes sense. There's an obligation. Cut those ties. You're not obliged to anything but yourself. Okay, live an extraordinary life. Live an extraordinary life. And you taking time to heal yourself is extraordinary, by the way. So you're already doing it. And then the next one is the card of Violet, and it says create a balanced life. So you're healing mind, body, and soul. That's exactly what you're doing. So you're finding that balance, and it's so important. Um, and so what I'm hearing is kudos for taking the steps that you needed for self-care and taking care of yourself and extricating yourself from something that wasn't serving you anymore. Served for a while, but now it's like you're stepping over. What they're showing me is you're like there's like a fence that you've been fenced in with, and you're like stepping over, almost stepping on the fence and knocking the fence down and walking over it. And so, Vera, congratulations. You're doing the right things. Keep going and be you. Be you. Be not what you're tethered to. And the tethering, I feel like, is not just a small thing. It's like a very strong tie. And again, and I know we've talked about some things, but it does feel like it's ancestral. Um, let those ties go. Be the one that breaks the cycle of your culture and step back into that love that you are intrinsically, because you are, Ver. It's who you are. You're such a loving, wonderful person. Um, so yeah, greatest and highest good. I hope that helps. So Hillary is saying, are there any messages that I've been missing for my best and highest good? You are getting Beyond Lemuria cards. All right. Erlinda's here and Holly is here. So Hillary. Whoop, whoop. Sorry, I feel like my shuffling is very loud today. And also, is anybody else feeling really, really sleepy and tired and kind of wonky today? The solar eclipse was very early this morning. I think it was like 3 a.m. Pacific time. But man, am I feeling it? I didn't wake up until almost 11 o'clock this morning. All right. Hillary. Hillary. Oh my gosh. Okay, Hillary, you got Hillary, you got Earth Star Chakra. Initiation. Again, it seems like you keep getting this message, like you're going through an initiation. Initiation is when you've had a trial, kind of trial by fire, if you will, gone through a hard time, had to learn about new aspects of yourself to kind of survive, to thrive, to get through. You're being acknowledged for this. This is saying Earth Star, so it's something in the physical body. It could be around, you moving and making this change and everything. And so it's like, good job, you're doing really good. And you got the card of the Portal Keeper. This card is really interesting because this says, Hillary, that you have the ability to go anywhere and do anything that you want to. It's almost like you too, they're talking about limitations. It's like, take the limitations off. Take the limitations off. And sometimes we even limit ourselves by thinking we have to know what we're supposed to do. Sometimes it's like, take all the limitations off and then just see what happens. That's what I kind of want to put that out there for you, Hillary. It's like a next level kind of awareness thing. And then you got the Emerald card too. Calm your mind, body, and soul. I feel like this is a message for everybody as well, but Hillary, and this is almost like a directive, like the next few weeks, stay here, calm mind, body, and soul. Go into the inner, go into your love temple and your heart chakra, and make a place there for you to dwell is the word that I'm getting. Yeah, and Hillary, you're doing really good. You're actually doing really good. I just heard that. It's like, Hillary's doing good. So be proud of yourself. That's one of the messages you might be missing. Be really proud of yourself. You're doing good. You're doing good. That's the one she's really missing, is that you are doing good. So cool. And then Erlinda is saying, "May I have a reading for my daughter?" All right, Emma. Bless her heart. Emma. Yeah, Rev, you've been tired too. Woo-hoo. Yeah, super tired, man. I usually, sleep and wake up in the middle of the night and am up for a few hours. And man, I took a nap yesterday and then I slept and woke up at like, I don't know, 3 in the morning and was up for maybe 20 minutes, fell asleep, didn't wake up till 11, almost 11, quarter to 11. For those of you that are in my membership, I do a special reading for my membership, the A Million I Love You members at 11 a.m. And I woke up at like quarter of. I'm like, oh my God, I've never done that before. So they had to wait. Had to feed the cat, man. Had to feed the cat. So we are doing this for Erlinda, for Emma. For Emma. I'm just really tapping in. I'm taking a little bit of time here to tap into Emma. It's really interesting. And Erlinda, I don't know how old Emma is, but I'm feeling, I just heard, tell her to tell her story. To tell her story. She's got the throat chakra card. And it's the butterfly, right? The blue butterfly. It's the Merkaba below and the angel wings above. There's a purpose for this. And actually, I just realized this card, endless opportunities. There is a purpose for this that she's going through. There's a purpose to all of this. It's like, tell her story. So I'm getting really strong. It's like I'm not really getting explanation on that, but I'm getting these two cards and holding them up together because these are the messages. Throat chakra, express yourself, endless opportunities. Throat chakra, express yourself, endless opportunities. Tell your story. People need to hear what she's going through, the whole story. The whole story, all of it. And I don't know what that means, but all of it. And Erlinda, I want you to share this card with her. Can you take a screen print or what do they call that, or a picture of it with your phone or something? I'm going to hold it up. If you need to go back, you can stop this video later and take a picture of it or show it to her, whatever, without my face in it. I need her to see this card. Chink, chink. Yeah. She needs to tell her story. That wasn't what I expected. So I helped that. And it's weird that it's like I'm just having this pressure in my head. It's like tell her story and tell the whole story. The whole story. There's part of what she's going through that is a story that needs to be told. So I hope that helps. I hope that helps. Well, Holly, hello. Yeah, Linda, you're tired too all the time. And I feel a little like wobbly, I feel a little not wobbly like sick wobbly, like wavy, like I'm in a, a water tank or something and just kind of and I feel that way sometimes during eclipse time. And also I'm in Southern California. We've been having like all these micro quakes and stuff. So I never know if we're having a little quake or what's going on, but I'm just like, and tired. Like I slept until 11 o'clock. I'm gonna tell you guys, I'm going to be in bed early tonight. I am tired right now. And I've had a couple meetings today, done a couple readings. That's about it. It's like, I got stuff I got to do. I'm like, nah, it's not going to happen. So wonderful. Linda, Rev, yeah, Rev is tired too. Yeah, Bear's feeling the tiredness as well. This is a good one. Oh, Hillary saying that's the message I'm always missing. Oh my gosh. Oh, she's 6. Oh my gosh. Erlinda, show her that card. It's like I almost want you to, like, take a picture of it and print it out and have it near her. Um, and the story, it's like her story needs to be told, and I don't know what that means. And that may be something between you and her to talk about. It feels very sweet and very important. It really does. So, well, Holly, what do I need to know about the fairs? I'm so excited for you. Mm-mm-mm. Well, Holly has started doing readings at some fairs. She does wonderful animal readings. You know what, well, Holly, I want to do these cards. I want to do the Oceanic Tarot cards for you. Mm, so good. About the fairs. And also, if you guys, those of you who are not members of Soulful Living Tribe, on Facebook, you should come join up. And I'm sharing Holly's information and stuff in the Soulful Living Tribe. If any of you are in the area she's at, I think. What area do you live in, Holly? Is it Washington? Washington State? I kind of have you. I feel you also in New York. I feel you in both places. You're nationwide, man. So, Holly, about your wonderful fairs that you're doing. Oh my gosh. They feel so good. It's like I almost don't. Mm. Yeah, you're breaking through. Ooh. You're breaking through some barriers, hun. Really good. Really, really good. And it's like you're stepping into your power with doing this. You're stepping into your power. And it's super important. And you're working through some things. Northwest Washington. Okay. I thought it was Washington, but then I was feeling New York for you. I don't know what that is, but that might be just kind of put that in your back pocket. New York, there's some kind of association. So the cards that you're getting, and I pulled several cards for you. You got the card of calm, 6 of swords. It's like stay calm, be in your space. Got the card of prosperity. Um, you got the card of practicality. And this is the card when it popped up where it's like what came into my mind is you're doing what you're here to do. What you're doing is really important. You're stepping into your power. You're stepping um into what you're supposed to be doing. And it's like the crossroads, trying to figure out what you're supposed to do. You pass that and you've stepped into the hermit. The hermit is cool because it's like you're connected to the inner and the outer. The hermit is kind of like the elder who kind of pulls themselves in from the outside world, kind of what we're talking about today. But don't get caught up in the outside world. Be in the inner, spend time in the inner. That's what this is about. And what you're doing, well, Holly, what part of with all these fairs and you really stepping powerfully into this, and it's almost like now you're stepping into where you have to show up, you have to be there, you have to be accountable in ways that you've not had to do before. And it's pulling you deeper and more fully into who you are and what you're here to do. And so I'm getting it's a good thing. And don't be surprised if coming next year in the spring, if you don't either start doing more of these kind of things, or I feel like you might even be invited to something that's kind of a big deal. You're really good at what you do. And so it's important for you to give yourself credit for it. Oh, hermit is your card. Very cool. Very cool. I love it. Yeah, I'm a Virgo, and so the hermit is a little bit my card too. I think you're a Virgo too, aren't you, Holly? So yeah, it's The hermit is good. A lot of people are like, "Oh, hermit." Nah, it's like, no, no, no. The hermit is good. Hermit is someone who is very connected to their inner realm. That's where the wisdom is. That's where everything is. God is within, right? The kingdom of heaven is within. All the great teachers have told us that. It's so funny, and it's amazing to me that we and I still do it too. Live so much of my life out there, and that's the illusion. This is the real thing, and we're taught differently. We're taught that get out in reality, be real. Pay attention to what's going on out here. This is reality. This inner world, oh, that's just your imagination. And it's absolutely the opposite. The inner is real. This out is the illusion. It's crazy, isn't it? Isn't it crazy? I love it though. I love it. This is waking up. This is the awakening. We begin to realize that so much of what we've been living, what we've been told, what we're being, have been living in for so long is like almost opposite. It's like smoke and mirrors. It's like everything's kind of flippity flopped. And it's fascinating. And some people, it gets be mind bending. I'm having a lot of people coming to me with major anxiety and not knowing why. And it's because it's like that cognitive dissonance, where the mind can't figure it out. It's like, but wait a minute. I thought everything was this way. I thought the world was this way. I thought it was lined up this way, and it's not this way. And it just brings in so much where the brain can't wrap around it. And it will, it will, but it takes time. Yeah, you are a Virgo, huh? That's why you're awesome. And so it takes some time for the mind to switch. This waking up thing it's a process. It's not like when you were 10 years old and your mom came in and pulled the covers off your bed and said, "Wake up, got to go to school." The waking up thing. And the other thing too, we use this term waking up, insinuating that those that aren't woken up quite to the level that we are, that they're asleep, which would insinuate maybe there's something wrong with them or they're not doing their job. That isn't it at all. What it is we're all on our path in our own way. And something that came to me many, many years ago, that if everybody woke up at once, the energy, oh, thank you, Wahali. I love you too, honey. My sister, my sweetheart. You're such a doll. If everybody woke up at once, there would be such a light influx on this planet, we probably would implode. So this slow roll on different factions of people waking up helps to keep the balance on the planet too. And when I got that message, it was just like a transmission from on high. Um, and I'm like, what, that kind of makes sense. So some of the people who are still sleeping, they may be great masters that are just here holding the balance. So we can't judge. Oh my gosh, I can't get enough water today either. Yeah, we can't judge. We can't say, "Oh, they're sleeping." Oh, they're the other word that makes me cry is calling people sheep. It's like sheep are sweet. Sheep are sweet and innocent and kind. Let's be nice to the sheep. Let's not belittle them because they're sheep. Sheep have held great iconic um um spaces in our history and mythology and lore. Sheeps are good. Jesus was considered a sheep, right? Wasn't he the lamb of God? A lot of people thought sacrificial lamb, but you know what? Maybe not. Who ascended, right? Right? Don't pay attention to the sacrifice. Lamb also depicts ascension. So those sheep, they might be ahead of you. We don't know. So we need to, that's where it comes in. Love bomb, Christy. Love bomb to you, sister girl. Yeah, so we don't know. We don't know. That's why we're here to love. Love, 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 love. Sprinkles and sparkles of sweet, sweet love. Lamb and shepherd both, right? Absolutely. Just like we are. We're all lambs and we're all the shepherd. We're all sweet, innocent, and we're all the shepherd. We're all guiding ourselves and some of us others too. We all have our place in this, and something that's really important to honor every role, every place, every heart, every soul. Everyone is important. Even the ones that are playing really bad, scary, scary, scary roles in this situation that we're going through right now. We have to send love even to, the the really bad guys that are saying stuff that just makes me go, "Oh my god." Everybody jump ship. Don't jump ship. We need to be here to send love to those people too. And to all of the situations and corporations and all that stuff that have gotten them in so deep into all of this distorted stuff. The only way it's going to heal is if we send it love, if we hold the love, if we build our love temples and spend a lot of time in there. It's really important. And that's how we're going to protect ourselves over Halloween, right? And that's what this show is supposed to be about, is about protection for Halloween. You guys use that entity clearing. Um, and just really be mindful over these next few weeks between now and November 8th. On November 8th, there's also supposed to be, in some of the studies that I do, it's kind of like it's like ascension technology. On November 8th, there also are some kind of, how do I explain that quickly? There's some energetic openings, kind of what, not necessarily a stargate, but some energetic openings in the universe that could be somewhat kind of shake things up. And that's the other reason why we want to really be in our love energy, stay in the light, really make sure we spend their time. If you're going to go out for Halloween to a Halloween party, be an angel or a fairy or a being of light instead of a scary, icky, bad, sad thing. You know, play the role of the light being, the light bearer. I just had a flash in my mind. I would love to see somebody going as a beam of light. I wonder how you can do that. I don't do Halloween. I haven't done Halloween for years. It's just I'm such a chicken that any of that scary stuff is just, I'm just like, no, I don't want to do it. I get a kick out of the kids that come to the door and get candy, and that's about as far as I go. Um, but yeah, stay in the light, guys. On November 8th, we have a full moon, also in Scorpio, and it's going to be the lunar eclipse. So it's where the earth is between the sun and the moon. And so that is also going to be an eclipse. And there is an opening of what is called the Jehovian seals. And it's called the Metatronic dark hole that's going to be opening. And so we want to make sure that we have enough light quotient on this planet, and that we're in our love and radiating love really strong on that day too. And it's the midterm elections. It's going to be interesting. There's a lot of people that are saying they might not have them. I don't know. I don't get involved in all that stuff. But, whatever it is, we got a lot of intense energy right now. Stay in the light, stay in the love. Come play with me. Stick close. We always do love and fun and laughter and happy joy stuff. Grab your unicorns and your rainbows and all your happy stuff and your sparkles, and just stay in that space. Wrap a 2x4 in lights. Right. Literally and figuratively. So very cool. Oh, excuse me. Very cool, guys. If anybody has any other questions, we'll take a couple minutes more, but we're getting up on the hour. And I got to go sleep, man. I feel like I need a nap. I've only been up for 6 hours today. Oh my gosh, it's so fun. So I sure love you guys. This is really fun. Um, let's see what else is going on. What else is going on? I've been working on getting some classes and meditations on my website. Thank you, Wahali. Oh, you're so sweet. And I've got my Patreon site starting to get kind of active, get more stuff on there. It's called Meditation Station for Elevation on Patreon. If anybody wants to go over there, you can get I got a couple different tiers, if you wanna just kinda support my work and get a few meditations and stuff, you can do that. It's also wants a little bit more of an immersion where you get all the meditations, and I got meditations, like 15-minute meditations and hour meditations. I also have ones you can actually buy just the meditations on my website. And I'm working on getting a lot of that stuff. I always have my membership that you guys know about, A Million I Love Yous. It's 33 bucks a month, and you get the weekly meditation. You get a little mini reading, a little just for you on the Facebook group. And what else you get? We have a party every month, a party all get together and we play and have fun. So it's super fun. It's really fun to do. So I got a lot of stuff going on. I did a thing the other day where I wrote down my empire, and doing this on YouTube with you guys is part of my empire. And so I'm happy that you're here, and I'm happy that you guys are all a part of my empire because you make it fun. Because there'd be no reason for me to be here if you guys weren't here to play with. So I appreciate that you come and that you're a part of this. So I want to see everybody holding the light, holding the love. I want to hear about your temples. I want to hear about your heart temples. I would love to I really would. I would love to hear about what your heart temple was like. If you're on the Soulful Living Tribe Facebook group, put it in there. You can just say, "Oh, excuse me, I was listening to Spiritual Chit Chat, and my love temple is this." I would love to hear that. And if you're not a part of spiritual or not spiritual chat, part of Soulful Living Tribe, come over and be a part of it. It's free. It's free. We got people over there, and we're almost to 700 people. Oh my gosh. I started this back in 2008, and I never set out for it to be like this great big huge group. And a lot of people are like, "Oh, I get you 10,000 followers." And I'm like, "No, I want it to be the people that are just attracted to it, right?" And so it's been a slow roll. And the other day I was like, "Oh my gosh, we have almost 700 people in there." That's huge for just growing organically. That means there's 700 people who have joined together in a group, their hearts and their souls and their minds and their love, who are all gathered together. That's a powerful place to be, and whether they're active or not, they're a part of that kind of that vortex. So it's so cool. I just love all this stuff. I love the technology that joins us together. I know it's frustrating sometimes, but it's awesome. Thank you, Rev Ned. Rev Ned says, "Love you, Michelle, and everyone, Skyfuls. Each one of you are precious gifts of the cosmos." Rev Ned's so awesome. I hope you guys are all following him too. You got to go. He does these videos that are on Rev Ned Cosmic Interconnections, which is on Facebook, that are so beautiful and so love and filled. You guys got to go follow him. He's awesome. And so with that, on that note, it's nap time. I love you guys. Everybody take it easy. Be good. Stay in the light. Stay in the love. Grab your unicorns and your sparkles. And let's dance with the stars through these next couple of weeks. All right. I'll see you next week. I love you guys. Bye-bye.